Hello and welcome to Goldbridge Live and Uncut. Mo Salah, the disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace what Mo Salah's done over the last couple of days. He didn't sign autographs for Liverpool fans in moving traffic. And now he's going to get in trouble for using his phone when the car was moving. It's a bloody disgrace. Hang him out to dry, castigate him, send him back to Egypt, kick him out of this Premier League. We don't want players like this. What a load. As you may have detected, there's a load of sarcasm here because Liverpool are massive rivals for me as a Manchester United fan. Of course they are, but there has to be morals. There has to be standards. Of course there does. And I think it's a joke. I think it's an absolute joke. Some Manchester United fans today are tweeting out Jesse Lingard signing autographs, and we're bantering Liverpool fans, which is all good and all fair and good. But seriously, would you rather have Jesse Lingard? I would rather have Jesse Lingard. He's a bad example. Would you rather have a player who stops and signs out autographs, or would you rather have arguably the best player in Europe last season who scored 40 goals? He's paid to play football. He's paid to play football. This exactly the same thing. I remember being at school many years ago when Cantona kicked the Crystal Palace fan, and we had a debate in school in an English lesson. And all the bloody fence sitters and liberals were there going, well, it's a disgrace. A footballer doing that. He's paid loads of money and he's attacked a fan. He's paid loads of money to play frigging football. He's not paid loads of money to, solve the violence problems in the UK. He's paid money to play football. And he got the right ban for it. But ultimately, I don't remember footballers signing contracts saying that I will be moral bastions for what society should and shouldn't do. I mean, Liverpool have put Salah forward for the fine, which I think is a preemptive strike and a very clever move by Liverpool in cohesion with Mo Salah to say, look, you're on footage there. Look what happened with Carragher. You're on footage on your phone in a moving car. We need to be careful about that. But that will be dealt with. Footballers get done for drink driving all the time. If footballers break the law, they should be dealt with. But what I don't like, and it doesn't matter whether you're wearing a Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, a United shirt, this is where rivalry sort of disappears for me. Because what I don't like is the witch hunts against footballers when they do something wrong or something that is perceived to be morally wrong and they are outed. And it seems to me that it tends to happen with Sam Howell's The Car Does Move. If you watch the video, the car does move. But what seems to happen is that we build these players up. I remember it happened with Gascoigne. You build a player up, and the press sort of get bored of somebody when they're at the highest high. So you start looking for chinks to bring them down because that's what sells in this country. I don't know what it's like in Europe, in America, in Asia, Australia, other countries. But in this country, in my lifetime, we've always had this way of building people up. We absolutely love building them up. And then after a couple of months of that, what's going to sell now? It's boring being nice. Let's do something horrible. Like Southgate. Everyone loves Southgate in the summer. I guarantee over the next 12 to 18 months, something will come out about his private life or after a bad result and they'll jump on him. But bringing it back to Mo Salah, at the end of the day, all he's guilty of is using your phone, which you should never do. It's a pet hate of mine. I was driving along the motorway yesterday. This car had bombed past me, and then I caught up with it again. I was like, why is he suddenly going so slow? He was a right boy racer in his 4x4. As I drove past, he's there with one hand, and then the other one, he's got his head down texting. Now, I don't care if he goes and slams himself into the central reservation and smashes up his nice 4x4, but I do care if he smashes into a young family or an old, anybody. If somebody ends up being a victim or seriously hurt because of that plonker on their phone, then, too right. But this is not really about that. Liverpool have dealt with that. This is about, it's the British media way, says Carmichael. Well, yeah, I hope that the British media don't jump on Salah for this because as much as he's plays for Liverpool and I can't stand Liverpool, I can't deny the fact that Mo Salah is probably the best player in the Premier League at the moment. And I hate to say that, and I would never want him to play for Manchester United because rivalry matters to me and I don't want rival players to come and play for my club that play for Liverpool, and I'm sure Liverpool fans would be the same. But what I don't like to see is this moral crusade that, oh, Salah, look at his Salah with me autograph. So you've got to sign it. I pay your wages. I've put you where you are. Well, no, you haven't. You really haven't put him where they are. You don't pay his wages. It's a very complex thing to understand, but footballers are paid a lot of money to play football. And the people who pay the money are the club. Now, the club make a lot of money from sponsors and from the fans are the lifeblood of football. And I agree that footballers should have relationships with the fans. But realistically, if Mo Salah signed every bloody autograph that was put in front of him, he wouldn't have a spare minute to train. Because at the end of the day, if you are in the public eye, especially if you are a big celebrity, I'm sorry, you've got to say no to people, because there are millions of people out there who want autographs, thousands of people at football matches who would love an autograph. And it's a harsh reality, and social media in the current climate highlights this like it does on that phone. But footballers have to ignore or say no to some fans. They do. And they should not be castigated for it when they do it. Mo Salah, when that fan wanted the autograph, he didn't wind his window down and say, up yours, I'm not giving it you, now sod off. He just ignored them. And he ignored them because that's what they have to do. Because they can't acknowledge every single person that wants an autograph from them. And Jesse Lingard's very good at it outside Carrington. He's brilliant. And some United fans are really good at it. And that should be applauded, because some footballers are quite ignorant about it. But it doesn't mean that is anything less about them as a footballer. Their job is to play football. They might be shy, they might be ignorant, they might be arrogant, they might be selfish, they might have something they've got to deal with, that, you know, but it's their choice whether they want to integrate and give football fans autographs. I think putting videos out them, and the sad thing about it is it's a bloody Liverpool fan who's done it. It's a Liverpool fan filming their best player and then getting retweets and social media glory by putting it out on social media as a Liverpool fan and saying, look at Salah, look at him, ignorant, won't sign an autograph for my daughter or whatever. And I think that is sad. I think that is really sad, because if it's your club, then surely you should have some loyalty to that player, especially when he's done so much for them. But it is a witch hunt. It is a witch hunt. And, you know, I'm no Liverpool fan, as many people know, but I can sympathetically look at Salah's situation and say he is now going to be the victim. I mean, United fans are going to jump all over it. Rival fans are going to jump all over it. That's what banter is, and I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem is when the press jump on it and start making it into something that it isn't. There are big examples out there of people doing things that they shouldn't have done. Jamie Carragher, and he's paid for that. And thankfully, he's now back on Sky. But Mo Salah not signing an autograph in moving traffic. And despite, you know, it's not moving much, but it's still moving traffic. I just think it's a sad indication of the society that we live in, that you get castigated for it. Here we go. Alpha MC, shut the fuck up, Mark. I'm sure some of your players do this. Stop hating on a player just because he plays for Liverpool. I absolutely love that comment from Alpha MC, because he's clearly jumped on here absolutely crazy mad. Oh, what's he doing? He's having a go at Salah. And you've not bothered to listen to even 5 seconds of the video to understand that I'm actually backing Mo Salah on this, you complete clown. I mean, this is the sheep mentality. I mean, I'm glad somebody's jumped on and done that as well, because they've just jumped on a video or a headline and completely gone in on it, and they don't even know what we've spent the last 8 minutes talking about. You absolute pillock. Sit down. This is the sheep mentality of social media as well. You read a sentence, you don't bother to do your research, and you out yourself as a complete and utter plonker on live in front of 400 people. Nobody's had a go at Mo Salah, you plonker. Absolutely sit down, you wally. Mark, it wasn't a Liverpool fan. The man asking for an autograph is a known Everton fan who sells players' autographs online. Well, there you go, Lewis Palmer. So, yeah, I'll take a seat for that one. Then I was wrong. But, you know, the reality is it was United fans who filmed Carragher, wasn't it? So, you know, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. But it's like, you know what? In defence of Carragher, those Man City fans at the service station after the game on Sunday who are shouting abuse at him, and he turns around. I don't know what Carragher says. He probably says, do you want to come and say it to my face or something like that? And they carry on abusing him with the central locking on lockdown in the van that they're in, because none of them dare even open the window. It's like ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. But that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. That's the world we live in. But I don't like to see, and I'd love to see this chain stop. I don't like to see people doing well in life, like Mo Salah, and then within a couple of months, it's like the media turn on him. And we've got a bad history of doing this. In this country, we build people up and then we drop them down. I don't agree with it. Anyway, give us your thoughts below. I'm hitting the 10 minutes. I don't like to do anything more than 10 minutes on this show. Make sure you subscribe and like if you're liking Goldbridge Live on UnCut. I'm sure there's going to be more things I can go live on. I'm enjoying it. I hope you are. Get your comments in below.